Kung Fu Panda 4, which I saw earlier this morning at 10:30 this morning. Now, Kung Fu Panda 4, I'm not sure if you guys have seen the Kung Fu Panda movies, but it is essentially it sets in a China filled with anthropomorphized animals. You have a panda called Po, which literally means panda in Chinese, voiced by Jack Black, and he has become the Dragon Warrior. That's what the whole first film was all about, the Dragon Warrior. And by the time you come to the fourth Kung Fu Panda film, it's kind of like one of these sequels where they have just sort of like streamlined everything, and they've said, this is what people like. People like the panda, and therefore we are going to give them the panda, because the first three films had the Furious Five. That was like Tigress, Mantis, Viper, Monkey, and there's one I'm missing. Oh yeah, Crane. And they were voiced by people like Angelina Jolie, Jackie Chan, all that kind of stuff. And you can see that this time around they just went, how about we make a cheap sequel, and we make it cheap by not having those guys back in? Because let's be honest with you, I mean, all the Kung Fu Panda movies, there's lots of times I've been thinking, why did they get Angelina Jolie to do that? Because that character has nothing to do. So they've essentially gotten rid of all the characters that have nothing to do, and they're sort of like off the screen somewhere. They're like, yeah, so the Furious Five, where are the Furious Five? The Furious Five are on a mission. Ta-da! And now we just have the panda doing stuff. And for what happens, going back to a whole load of old gubbins thing, what happens in this is like the storyline is Poe's time as the Dragon Warrior is coming to an end. He has to sort of pick a successor as the Dragon Warrior to train up, and this is where the similarities with Baby Kong in Kong versus Kong x Godzilla or Godzilla x Kong come in, because then so there's this fox that shows up voiced by Aquafina doing an Aquafina thing. So it feels. It sounds mean to say it, but I feel like this is a very lazily made film, where they've come in and they've gone like, okay, Jack Black, you've played Poe 3 times. Just come in and do your Poe thing. Aquafina, we've seen you do, and she's done quite a lot of voice roles in the last 2 years or something like that. Off the top of my head, I can think of maybe about 4 or 5 that she's done, where she's played almost invariably always playing an animal of some sort. And this is just kind of like Aquafina, come in and do your I'm voicing an animal thing. Okay, cool, that's it. And then you have Viola Davis playing the Kung Fu Panda. From the first film, the bad guys are not really up to much. They're like, we have this convoluted reasons planned to take over China. and this one Viola Davis plays a chameleon who can sort of like is a sorcerer, so she can change into different sort of characters and everything like that. And she has this whole convoluted plan to get into the spirit realm, to take all the kung fu things of all the different masters that she can take over China. Blah, 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 blah. If you've seen a previous Kung Fu Panda film, I think if you've seen either Kung Fu Panda 2 or 3, it's that film all over again. I feel like there's this thing where they say about the Shrek movies, that in the Shrek movies, they've made 4 of them, and they said that each time they make the same film again. Shrek learns the same lessons all over again. He learns to not close himself off and learns to be a better person, and learns that maybe he's better with other people around him by on his own. And that's pretty much the storyline of every single Shrek movie. And this one is kind of like, a bad guy that Poe has to learn a little lesson about himself. And I feel like they've done that again with Kung Fu Panda. They've made the same film all over again. Having said that, one of the things I think that they really have done, especially from the second Kung Fu Panda movie, is the animation of the Kung Fu is excellent. So when they're actually fighting, when they're doing you can see that they have thought about the moves that they do and everything. And I'm thinking, this is animated. That's actually like a proper fight sequence with proper fight moves and everything like that. It's excellent. There are some bits that are beautiful. And even though this isn't the real China, obviously it's an animated China, there's shots of this that make you go, I want to go there. I want to go to China. I want to go see that area. I want to go see that mountainside thing with the fields below it and everything like that. So the animation is really good. Jack Black is fun. Aquafina is doing an Aquafina thing of voicing an animal. Her character especially, every single plot point that she has, every single plot beat that she has, you see coming from a mile off. Let me put it this way: you get absolutely no prize for guessing who's going to be chosen to be the new Dragon Warrior by the end of the film. So it's I would give it a 3 out of 5. I think it's okay. I think it's treading water. I think it's kind of like, they know how to make this film. They made this film the last time, so they decided to make this film again with a couple of extra wrinkles. But is it inventive? No. Is it it's just a sequel. It's just a Kung Fu Panda film, and I don't think it's anything particularly good. It's three if you and it's released in this week because obviously the kids are on Easter holiday. So I was in there with a whole bunch of kids, and they were laughing at all the sort of like really really puerile jokes and everything like that, which I guess means that it is doing its job. It's there for kids. It's there for parents who have kids. I am a parent who went to watch it without my kid because I wanted to actually enjoy the film, but it's so I would give Kung Fu Panda 4 a 3 out of 5. Right down the middle. Nothing more to say about that.